Alright. We're gonna be playing another stream. And here in my channel, it's officially time for science. So, that's what we're gonna do. Science. This card is stupid expensive. My suspicion is it's gonna be probably not great. But I spent irresponsible amounts of money on this card. So now I'm gonna play the shit out of it. Okay? So, yeah, we're doing that. Well, actually, I bought Uros to play other deck. So I bought Uros because I saw, where is it? Um, I saw this deck or something similar to this, and I just couldn't help myself. So that's why I bought the Uros. But now that I actually own them, I might as well play them, right? Dragon Breath with the tier 1 sub. Welcome back for the 8th month in a row. Thank you for the continued support. Appreciate it. Or I gotta be kidding me. Yeah, so I don't think that Uros is gonna be very good for us. But that being said, I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay? Uro has been insanely busted in Pioneer. I can see it being decent versus anything grindy in Modern. Yes, but that's the problem, right? Like, we are already insane against anything grindy in Modern, so right? We have this card, we have this card, we have this card, so like our deck is insane against anything grindy modern by definition. So I'm not sure Uro really adds anything, but tell those haters we are gonna play a 3 CMC Explorer. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Or Punt has actually been playing this card for a minute, and he mostly states the fact that it's great against Thoughtseize decks, which I kind of agree with. Scroats McGee, thank you for the subscription. Welcome back, and thank you for using your Twitch round here in the channel. Thank you so much. Air horns, keep up the excellent content. Oh yeah, we can. I can give you air horns if you give me a second. There we go. Nice. Excellent content. My fiance is always asking, are you watching the Argentinian Manning? Yes, I am. Nice. Splat with the tier 1 sub. Welcome back for the 10th month in a row. Thanks everybody for the continued support. Thank you for all the love. It really makes streaming way more fun. John won the Modern Classic over the weekend. Maybe it will fill the leagues. That would be awesome. And then we actually are playing Uro in our deck. So yeah, so I didn't really think much things through. So I basically just played same mana base that we played the other day. I just cut one Azusa for one Uro, and I cut the Baloth that I had in the sideboard from the last list I streamed, the one that I 5-0 with, and I just put a second Uro there. So I don't think there's much to talk about really. So instead of doing talking, let's do some playing. All right. This is what we're looking at. All right, Smite on. What you got? Oh, look at this hand. I'm keeping this. Oh man, playing against the Thoughtseize deck. We are playing against the Thoughtseize deck. Also, I am kind of super excited that apparently the Modern Challenge over the weekend, there was okay, so there's nothing we're playing on turn 1, so I'm just gonna play out my castle and pass the turn. There's no need for us to once upon a time here. Smallpox won the, it got second in the challenge. The player lost to Sodek in Dredge, obviously, in the finals. So that's pretty hype. I always really enjoyed smallpox decks. All right, Thalia Tyrell with the sub. Welcome back, Thalia. To the primetime stronghold. 5 months in a row. Thank you so much. Alright, so we're looking for a scout here. We don't find it. So I'm getting the prime time here. And here we are actually in a very, very interesting scenario, because if we play Gruul Turf or Simic Growth or even Field of Dead, if we top deck an Azusa, we can play it. However, like, I'm not pacting for an Azusa, obviously, because my opponent might have Archmage's Charm mana next turn. So I probably want to spend this turn casting Once Upon a Time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. Modern honestly feels so great to play right now. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good. I think it's in a very good spot. There's nothing too broken, and if there's anything too broken, you can target it and you can beat it. Be it Amulet. Alright, so our opponent is going to be able to chain Embrace if they want to. So let's see what we find here. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm getting this, dude. It's not great. To chain Spellbombs, I meant. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that draw. So we're gonna bounce this, cast Uro. Can't bring it back. We can't bring it back on multiple axes, which is hilarious. Like, we don't have enough cards in the graveyard. We don't have double blue, so we really cannot bring this guy back, huh? Okay, so I guess I'm playing the battlements here. So next turn I can play Turf and activate Castle and cast my Titan, and I can actually haste. Modern streamer? Oh yeah, Teddy. We're streaming modern here. We are streaming modern. What is this? Black. My opponent has their own Uro? Crazy. So I guess they're playing Urza, but splashing for Uro? Honestly, it seems kind of unnecessary. I have a friend of mine, Levi, who is like trying something like this. I don't know. I'm not in love with it, honestly. So play this. We haste using this mana. We bounce here. We get the Field of the Dead is in our hand. Man, we're so unlucky. Well, I guess that there's another spell bomb, so we're getting Bojuki Bok. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's do that. So what I'm gonna get here. I'm gonna bounce. Should I get Cower and Bojuki Bog here? I'm getting Bojuki Bog for sure. I could get Bojuki Bog Valakut. That's probably better. Because it forces the spell bomb. Don't hate on my boy Uro. I mean, I don't hate on him. I just think that he's. I mean, I think he's very good in some decks. Like in the bug deck that I bought it for, it was pretty good. So we exile Yard. We haste. This is gonna force the crack on the spell bomb. But this is not actually a terrible thing, because them cracking the spell bomb to bounce my dude means that they cannot crack spell bomb to draw a card. So yeah, this is fine. We don't have packs to pay for, so we're good to go. He's at best a one-off card for Amulet, and even that may be wrong. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Sousa. Now that's pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a lot of mana here. Gonna bounce this bounce land, and I'm gonna lead on Azusa. Gonna get Field of the Dead in play. Me sequencing on purpose to excite to make my opponent crack, but they don't bite. Okay, so go Squatter then. Nothing. All right, so Sakura Drive Scout then. Nothing still. All right, so haste. Oh, I actually made a mistake. I should have hasted the Stacy. That would have been better. That would have given me one extra zombie. That would have been sweet. All right, cool. So my opponent's probably going to start chaining spell bombs now. Ah, look at that. Look at that! Playing around Cryptic Command like a champion. Like an absolute master. Have to be mindful that this Mock Summer is actually active here. So this can become a Cryptic, which my opponent can draw into. Ha, look at that. They don't cantrip with the Spell Bomb. Mystic Sanctuary, get back Cryptic, makes sense. Now they draw with Spellbomb, probably. Oh, Fatal Push, my Azusa. Sure, whatever. So they have probably a Cryptic in hand. Poggers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. 10, 12, 13. So we can double Titan. Yeah, this is over now. Yeah, I think we just win here. Pretty positive we just win. Whoops, not that one, this one. Yep. Now they're tapped out. Cool. So now we do this. We would have enough mana to get another Titan. We would play the Titan, etc. Just etc. Okay, so negates, yes. Dismembers, yes. Beast Withins, very much so. Field of the Dead, maybe. I don't think I want Forces. I don't think I want Sage. Bujuki Bog was great that game. Go Squatter there to break up the cryptic loop shenanigans. MTG meta has been so bad for me lately. I mean, I think that, it's the issue with being the best deck in the format, right? Do we want this guy? I guess my opponent is playing Thoughtseize. So maybe I just don't want the second one, but the first one is fine. But it's kind of whatever, right? It's just like a 6/6 dude that they can bounce. Yeah, it seems really bad. Dice to push. Seems pretty bad. Okay. One Amulet can go. Oh, one castle can go. We probably want these 3. Would they really keep in push? They have to. Like, that is one of the misconceptions against Amulet. Like now push, it's actually legit good against Amulet. It's not like the old days. So if people are adapting accordingly, then they should be keeping pushes against Amulet. Mm. Sure, I like this. Yeah, the times are indeed a changing. So if we draw bounce land here, I'm actually going to lead on Amulet instead of leading on Scout. We did not find a bounce land, so we lead on Scout. But if we had led on... If we had final Amulet, then that means that if we played on turn 1, we can Azusa on 2, and we can actually get super far ahead. So... Well, that. Powers. We really need to find a land here, though. Really need to find a land here. Natty Bog. Natty Bog. So they didn't have that materiality to be pushed when the Soul's announcement drops. Exactly. That's not the same with Dryad now. Should I just... I think I'm just going to play out an Azusa here. It's not like I'm beast within in anything, right? So I'm just going to play the Azusa, just have it in play, see where we go from there. And hopefully my idea was to try to bait out an Archmage's Charm from my opponent, which they didn't play. There comes Urza. It's not great. I think I'm gonna be within right now. Whoops, make sure that we click on the correct thing. We could have packed it for Uro there, for what's worth. We still can't cast it, because Buchuki Bog, but still. It's kind of hilarious that we can actually pact for a card draw. Worst feeling I had recently was losing the mirror by not drawing a single land in 6 turns. I mean, it happens sometimes. It's variance, right? The opponent having the second Ursa, of course, it's horrendous news for us. Not much we can do, though. I'm gonna take 7. Doesn't feel good, but my opponent just blatantly attacking with that construct means that they don't have Cryptic, so I think we just jam here. Bounce land would be better than Castle, but you know, Castle still does the job. Alright, yeah, this Titan resolving is huge for us. We cannot get... I think I'm just gonna go for haste here. How do I get blown out? Let's think here for a second. So we have either 3 blue mana or 2 blue mana plus 1 more mana of sorts. So I can't really get too blown out by that. Where can only happen for 0. Archmage's Charm doesn't change anything. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for haste here. And unless my opponent's playing Doomblade, which would be a cute card to be playing. Alright, things looking real good now. So we're gonna get a bounce land, and another Vesuva? Another Valakut, I mean? If we get bounce on plus another Valakut, we can pack through Dryad, we can play Dryad, we can go nuts. Do you prefer the Scout over the Sloth right now? Yeah, I prefer the Scout over the Sloth in most scenarios. Yeah, so we're gonna do this. And I'm gonna pack for the Dryad. Well, that's 6. Also, that means that opponent doesn't have Revolt, which is good for us, obviously. Dryad. Still don't die to Fatal Push. I think I'm just gonna go after... I guess it doesn't matter. Like, we have enough to go after the... Alright, they have something? Always yes, always yes, always yield. This enables Revolt now, but we can pack for another one. Wait, what? Okay, cool. So, funny enough, the way... This is actually a great example. This is actually a great example, so check this out. Because we have naturally played 2 lands so far. 3 lands, excuse me. We have naturally played 3 lands so far. So, if we find another Dryad, we're not gonna get 1 extra land drop, because the Dryad effect is gonna look at the amount of lands that we played so far, and then it's going to see that we have actually played 2 lands. So, oh, wait, did I side out Uro? I guess I did. Didn't even notice. So actually the correct line here is to play Azusa, because it's the only way, because the Dryad is still in play, it's the only way that we're going to be allowed to play yet another land. Why not just go face? For value. That's why. And it's nice because it also illustrated something that is good to be aware of. But yeah, does that make sense why I went for Azusa there instead of a second Dryad? Because both Dryad and the Azusa, they look at the amount of land drops that you've made so far, and then that's how you measure how many you have left. Let me tell you about learning. Yep, that's what we're doing here. Interesting hand. So we do have access to Titan mana. We also have access to a Titan, and we do have access to ramp, so we're gonna keep it. Another Urza deck. This is probably like a Stoneblade deck because of Serum Visions. That's not a bad draw. So we're gonna start here. Prime time. Yes, please. Top 8 SCG this weekend with list very similar to this one. Lost in the top 8 round to Mono Red Prison, which felt really bad. I mean, yeah, that's just a really bad matchup. Alright, so we're not gonna be able to Azusa here, but that's still fine. We can Once Upon a Time end step. This is interesting though. Maybe this is actually the Thassa's Oracle deck, actually. this is almost certainly the Tessa Circle deck, actually. It's not ad nauseum. It's not ad nauseum. It's actually like a faster combo deck with Tessa Circle. It's very similar to ad nauseum, but I think it doesn't play the card ad nauseum. Maybe some versions do, just to play it for value, but yeah. Highlight was turned to a Neobrand opponent. Oh man, that must have felt so good. And congratulations on the result, CF musician. Oh, what? All right, I'm definitely getting the breeding pool here because I want the second blue for a potential transmute for blue pact. I can get battlements here. This means that I can potentially haste. All right, so Susa. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I should have backed for Dryad. No, I actually can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I would have been 1 mana short. Never mind. We're good. We're good. I mean, I say we're good, but we actually might just be dead here. Yeah. As I was saying. So Beast Within looks good in this matchup. Certainly Force of Vigor looks pretty good here. This is the Urza Breach deck. Yeah, the good thing is that we get to know what my opponents have to know. Look, there's Spoil for the Bolt from the Bolt, Grinding Station. So they're gonna be able to go infinite here, but I just wanna I can't stop them from doing this, but I'm still interested in learning about what my opponent decks looks like. So I guess I'm gonna yell at the last step. So Simian Spirit Guide, Pact to Negation. Just want to make sure that we know what we are playing around for next game. But yeah, here my opponent has established a loop. They do have double blue, so they can cast it as a circle after they're going through their entire deck, but I still want to know what their entire deck looks like, so. Can't connect anymore. Reap stream? It says that the stream health is fine. My bitrate is consistent. Yeah, I have no idea. So I haven't seen your deck before, so I want to know what cards you're playing. Just letting my opponent. Oh yeah, Mystic Sanctuary. You see, okay, so Bujuki Bog is going to be an all-star here, and so is Scout. Spoils of the Vault. Mishra's Bubble. Man, we would have won this game instead of finding this Titan. If I had found the Bujuki Bog that was actually in the cards there, or I guess it was. Yeah, no, it was the first one. I would have actually won this game. I could have bogged my opponent in response to the Underworld Bridge. This deck also plays I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys are saying stuff that I'm not seeing from my opponent's deck. You folks have already named Urza, which I don't see. You have named. That's what I'm saying, and this is why I'm letting my opponent go through everything, because it's not what you're saying. It's a different deck. It's a breach deck. It's pretty close to ad nauseum, and it's playing 1, 2 Thassa's Oracle, maybe 3 at most. We definitely have the breaches. We have seen all 4 breaches. Angel's Grace. There you go. Yeah. So there's the last copy of Thassa's Oracle. Okay, there you go. So they have 4 Thassa's Oracle, Angel's Grace. Okay, so it's not Urza. There's no Urzas in this list. There's no Embrace either. So these cards are good. This card is bad. These cards are good. The ones that are instants are good. The ones that are sorceries are bad. Take this out. Uro comes out. Stacy looks good. We can shave some pacts because actually the other one Titan. Because my opponent's probably not going to be able to deal with our prime times. We're going to leave all of our things that speed us up. Explosives seems a little bit slow. Maybe because they only have x equals 2, it's fine. Yeah. I mean, there's just different decks, right? And that's why I wanted to know. I made my opponent go through it just so I could gather more information. Now that I have that information, if we lose game 2 or 3, I'm just gonna concede. I'm not gonna waste my time. But I want to see what my opponent's deck looks like, so I can make changes for games 2 and 3. Radiant Fountain comes out. Maybe only 2 Beast Withins. Like, how likely is it that they have Ashiok in their deck? It can't be that likely, right? Negate is waiting for that graveyard hit? Yes, exactly. Exactly. So we want to negate because my opponent actually has multiple win conditions. Negate stops Spoil from the Vault. It stops. It doesn't stop Angel's Grace, but it also stops Underworld Breach. So maybe I just don't want Aether Gust because Gust only stops Breach, and if my opponent goes for the other combo, then I'm just stuck with the net card. So I want all this stuff that speeds me up. Only a little bit less threats is fine against this deck because they're probably not going to be able to deal with them. Couple of Beast Withins, 1 Explosives, but not more. And this looks good. Maybe I shave 1 Beast Within. Just the one of Beast Within. I like this hand. I like this hand a lot. We have turn 3 Titan. And we have Beast Within as interaction. Because we're going to go, thanks to the castle, right? We can go turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 turn 2 Vesuva. Actually, we have to play the Vesuva. And I think I'm just going to copy my own castle. We can copy the Hallowed Fountain, actually. And then turn 3 we can Azusa, and then with the 2 extra land draws, castle. Dryad would not be able to give me a turn 3 Titan here. But Azusa can. It's pretty sweet, right? That we're still playing Azusa. This card's great. But now we don't have Dryad in play, so our Titan is going to be much less powerful than it could be. What is this? Probably Pendant Prism? Okay. So we got a Summoner's Pact. Float here. Play Azusa. Second land drop. Bounce. Third land drop. Bounce here. Make Titan mana. Play Titan. And I think I'm going to Beast Within the Pendant Prism. Because I think that without mana, my opponent cannot kill me. And we're gonna get Valakut, Simic Growth Chamber. No, actually, my bad. Valakut, Battlements here. So we're gonna get to attack. My opponent is F6. And now on the attack trigger, we're gonna get Bounce Land plus second Valakut. Bounce the other Bounce Land. And then we're gonna be with Independent Person to deny my opponent mana. We preliminary in 20 minutes. No, I have to go. I have to go teach at 5. So it's gonna be a short stream. I'm only gonna be able to play one league. So I gotta go. What does Bog do here, right? So now even if my opponent plays an Ashiok here, I just packed for Dryad in response, and I just have lands to kill my opponent. You know what would be great, actually? I think I can force my opponent to have 2 Angel's Grace. So we're gonna Pact, and then on the attack trigger, we're gonna get Tolaria plus Bounce Land, and then we're going to get... so the second Amulet is pretty much irrelevant, but I guess I might as well play it, right? We're gonna transmute for Scout, so I can kill my opponent on their upkeep as well. Pact of Negation. Okay. Attack. Spoils of the Vault. We have 2 land drops. No, we have only 1 land drop left. They named something that killed them. That's hilarious. Alright, sick. We didn't see any Cyber cards from opponent here. Thoughtseize, I guess, is the only new card. Yeah, Shadow, I teach drums. I'm a drummer. I kind of want more Beast Withins. Like, this card seems pretty sick. Maybe I just shave this, because it's just slower. Does this version run a fetch? I'm playing 2. Basically, the fact that we have access to Valakut, right? I think I'm gonna keep this, actually. It's definitely a sketcher, but I trust in Negate. In Negate, we trust. When did I come to the US? 10 years ago. I arrived in the US in the 27th of December, I think it was. December 27th of 09. Watery Grave. Okay. That's not a bad draw at all. Let's find the bounce land here. Hell yeah. Everything's coming out, Millhouse. Coming up, Millhouse. Coming out? Up? Whatever. Millhouse. Man, just Millhouse. Coming up, there we go. Thank you. What made me want to move? Good question. The fact that Argentina was pretty much going to shit. And I certainly left at a great time, because things went downhill real fast. How do I die next turn? I can't die, right? Because my opponent needs colored pips. My opponent needs color pips. Because I can Azusa here and I can set up a Titan next turn. With so many 3 so seen Gracer has gotten better because it enables them to their 3 drop. Yeah, I think that Gracer is a very defensible card. I just overall think it's a pretty bad card, however. But it has some matches where it's actually very good. So they would need Simeon Spirit Guide, Pentat Prism, Spoils, Angel's Grace, plus another Thassa's Oracle. That seems unlikely enough for me, right? I think I can afford to tap out this turn. In before I just die here, right? But I think I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Because I think that it's so good for me if I get to get ahead here. And next turn I can Titan and I can get 2 bounce lands, bounce both of my untapped sources, and I can hold up negate. That's rough. Man, if I hadn't had drawn this amulet, this turn was super straightforward. So what the issue now is that if I play Primetime and my opponent counters it with a Pact or like Disdainful Stroke or whatever, then they can untap and they can, fetch, get a white source, and then go off. I think I have to go for it though, because I don't think I'm winning the long game. All right, sick. Drool Turf plus Semi-Growth. We're gonna get Breeding Pool plus Forest. Now we're holding up negate. And if we get to untap, then we're gonna be able to do some nice stuff. Note that I wouldn't have been able to haste because I'm missing a red source, number one, and second of all, even still, I would have been one land drop short of being able to haste. Alright. That's a nice pickup. So that means that one of the combos I'm probably not going to be dying to, which is nice. Does it matter if I bog? Because I'm gonna go get Pact of Negation here, that's for sure. But we have a T-West in play, which means that I can use the other half of this trigger to get value. I think it's just gonna be another Tolaria West. So that's 12. I guess we can play another Titan to play around like Slaughter Pact or something. If it gets counter though, oh, I have a million land drops. Yeah, so we're still fine. I think I'm gonna go for another Titan. Turn land number 2, land number 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can do another Titan. Summoner's Pact, Pact, Prime Time, Prime Time, Pact of Negation. So if I negate this, what happens? That means I get to hold Pact of Negation instead of this. Because my opponent clearly has Angel's Grace anyway, right? Clearly they have Angel's Grace, otherwise they would have not done this. No, we can't counter Grace because it has split second. Malcolm, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Our 5th sub of the day, thank you so much. If you negate, you stop him from having to Angel's Grace and you also lose protection. Yes, but I also... It means that I'm not presenting lethal next turn. Which means that my opponent doesn't need to Grace on my turn either, right? Yeah, I only have protection against spoils. I cannot kill Thassa's Oracle. I think I'm gonna negate this. And then I'm gonna transmute for a Pact of Negation. Okay, yeah, but they have to Grace to combo off anyway, guys, right? That's the point. That's why I think that this is a good line. Because if they don't have Grace, then I can't die. So I think I do Gruul Turf, Rot Farm, and I'm gonna Bojuka Box, sorry. Then gonna bounce T-West, and we transmute for Pact of Negation. We have more than enough mana to pay, and we can even force a Vigor. So we're still holding one layer of counter magic. My opponent cannot breach and have enough to Pact of Negation from the graveyard on the turn they go off, which is actually kind of a sick interaction, right? Like, if my opponent goes for breach, they have infinite breaches. They have infinite pacts, sorry. That's kind of nuts. That is kind of nuts. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I am pretty sure that my line there was correct. Because this second Titan actually gets us a Pact of Negation, which allows us to counter anything. It also means that I'm presenting lethal next turn, and that I'm also presenting. I also have access to more mana. So I think that actually forcing the Titan through it's a good line there. First time with the deck, probably shouldn't have kept. Oh, was that you, PH Tesson? Was that who we just played against? Oh yeah, Teston. Yeah, good games. It was definitely pretty tricky. It was definitely pretty tricky to navigate. I think on both sides, honestly. So this is very likely to be a turn 3 Titan because of the Dryad plus Castle, so I think I'm gonna keep. Oof. We can either Valakut or we can Scout. JeffCat13, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold for the 4th month in a row. Hell yeah. Get some Titans in chat. And thank you for the follow, and Sirlone. Well, this is actually super close, so we can scout, which would allow us to turn to Dryad, but then we're missing one land in order to do anything. I think I'm still gonna scout here. Definitely getting the Valakut there was very tempting. But if this... The problem is that we're playing against a Disco Spell deck and this Dryad dies, then we are actually super dead. You see? Easy. Dryad, Vesuva. I guess we're gonna copy Castle. We're bouncing down this Vesuva next turn anyway. Deck name suggestion: Uro Primeval Titan of Valakut's Wrath. How many card names can we fit into a single card name? That is the question. Alright, so... Yeah, we just Titan here. Can't haste, unfortunately. We can blow up their Tron. Yeah. I think I was gonna go for Bounce Land plus Ghost Quarter. Because if we blow up their Tron, then how the hell do they win? Alright, should we sideboard against Eldrazi Tron or should we sideboard against regular Tron? In any case, this one comes in and this one comes out. I'm gonna bring in one Force of Vigor. Bring in all Beast Withins. I think I'm gonna go with assuming that they are on Eldrazi Tron. Uros seems legit against Eldrazi Tron. Amulet Titan for red Amulet Titan. Nice. Is number not good against Eldrazi Tron? Yeah, that's why I brought it in. Have you run into Boy yet? No, I have not. That's pretty cute. I thought I saw Caleb the other day that he was jamming boils. It was great. It looked hilarious. I did not see him pull it off even a single time, but it was still hilarious. My buddy Sammy B said you were quite good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, sounds great. I actually got to meet him at GP Austin. Sam's the shit. Love the guy. How do we like this, chat? How do we like this? We're playing against Eldrazi Tron. Why cut about against Tron seems great against the Ram decks? What do you mean? Cut about against Tron? Oh, cut Scout. Because I'm thinking that this is Eldrazi Tron, and Scout is not very good against Ballista, Dismember, Warping Will, etc. Yeah, we're gonna keep this one. Keep and I think I'm gonna bottom the Dismember here. We might get blown out, and I should be bottoming the Summoner's Pact, but oh, it is actual Tron. Ha! You see what a master that I am. I am such a freaking master. Alright, name Giant here. So he sideboarded very poorly. Hopefully it won't matter. And next turn, I think we're gonna be playing Castle. And I guess I'm gonna cast once more time. Hopefully we find an Azusa. If we find an Azusa, we kinda win the game on the spot. But things that would make me change my line include probably Beast Within and nothing else. Okay, so Redundant Tower. My point is a mismatching Tron lands monster. Ugh. That's gross. Oh, look, that's great though. Yeah. Let's do that instead, I guess. Yeah, we're totally gonna find the land off this once upon a time, aren't we? No, I'm just gonna do this, I guess. I'm a coward. Sorry, chat. I'm sorry, chat. I'm a coward. So now, even if they do answer this Dryad, we're still fine, because we can just back for Azusa on Titan anyway. Green mana for Azusa Dryad. We already have 2 green. When you get to 6, yeah, we already have green for the Azusa too. Like, we just don't care. Like, it kind of does not matter what we name here. Like, we are getting the green mana off the Cruel Turf, right? That's what matters. 2 of the same lands with Tron. You love to see it. Yep, it's great when that happens. Big fan. Please step out so we can get this game done. Something like double Nature's Claim would be a beating. But anything else we're probably beating very easily. Cavern could be Mountain here, to be honest. Yep. It could be Wastes, and it would still be fine. Spatial Contortion doesn't heal the Sexy Nymph. Nope, that is true. Just facts. Ugh. I think I'm gonna Once Upon here. I could cast Second Dryad. No, I need to set up a Titan for next turn. So we're doing this. Yep. Yeah, we're playing both bounces. Hit ya. So there we go. So if they have a Mog or something, we're in trouble. If they don't have a Mog or something, yeah, this one we can beat very easily. Do we get full value here? Well, actually, I have to play the castle pre-combat because I'm planning on attacking here. So we're gonna attack. And I think I throw away a prime time. Or I can force the O-Stone Crack. I think I force the crack. And I have to dodge one more turn. Who's this? Eugene? We can beat that guy. An Amulet would be game over. It's not an Amulet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna float. Oh, my bad. We're gonna float all the mana. We're gonna do this. Boom, boom. Cast Prime Time. Gonna get Bounce Land plus Battlements. Battlements, Immigrant Chamber. Bounce here. Replay here. Haste. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna get Field plus Balakit, I guess. Tulare West. Field of the Dead. Tulare West. What they can do is they can dismember the Titan, and then, but they still can't kill it. They could have saved you again, but that's about it. So at this point, I feel like we just died to the big boy. We just died to the Mog. Anything that's not Ulamog, we beat pretty easily. So now my opponent needs to do this in combat. Before combat, I mean. Otherwise, I get free value. So there we go. Start here. Teleria West. So we transmute one. Transmute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think I can set up lethal here, unfortunately. What I can do, I cited out Pact of Negation, right? Because I assumed I was against Eldrazi Tron. Yeah. If we had sideboarded properly, obviously I would have been able to transmute for Pact of Negation and cast a Primetime, which would probably have sealed the deal there. As is, I think I want to Primetime, get Ghost Quarter, Bounce Land. Oh look, we have Uro in our deck. I totally forgot about that. It's funny how different my deck looks because I was thinking, I was thinking that I was playing against Eldrazi Tron instead of actual Tron. Have not used my land drop yet. Go Squatter, Rot Farm, get a couple of Sumbos, bounce this, play this, land, transmute, Summoner's Pact, and I guess we draw step, blow up. They didn't search for any of the Tron lands, right? They just naturally drew them all, so I have no information. So 50-50 chance. No, it wasn't lethal because we don't have Dryad, I don't think. We just didn't have the mana to transmute for Dryad, to play the Dryad. We don't have Amulet either, right? So maybe the math that you're doing includes an Amulet in there, which is just not here. Spatial Contortion, my zombie. Good lines, opponent. We had 10 mana after once. No, we didn't. Yep. That is... Do we lose to this still? We probably still lose to it. But my opponent just doesn't have the mana. Poggers. Can I do it? Oh, I'm 1 mana short. Oh man, that's so sad. That's so sad. I can't even Uro here. I still think it was correct to tap the way I did because I was trying to, you know, play around Pact Team for Titan. But yeah, we can't Uro here. Oh, it's a giant! Oh my. Oh my, do we have enough? So 1, 2, 3 to Uro, 1, 2, 3, 4 to Uro again, and exactly enough to haste. It's still strictly worse than just Pact Team for Dryad, right? But I have to go for the sweet play. Like I just feel compelled to go for the meme line, you know? Like otherwise, what are we here for, chat, right? Can I use the 2 green? No, that's 4 green. Yeah, so it's I actually cannot use the castle. Feels bad, man. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Pog. Oh man. Hell yeah. Play that Radiant Fountain, Uro. Give me that zombie. Oh man. This is hilarious. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Done. Damn it! Can't play this. Oh, I actually have no forest in play. That's hilarious. All right. This is the line we choose. I chose to go for the value line instead of going for the correct line, and I'm getting punished here. I'm at 35. Oh, whatever. This game sure is something. Opponent says GG's. That was a lot of value. That was a lot of value. That was fun. Hasting Uro for value. Lo hace ver tan fácil. Es fácil. If you're having fun while playing with cards, it is easy. It really is. It's just great. Balakun and Bounce would be best. Backup fetch. So probably the correct line. I guess that the correct line would have been to pack for another Titan, because that plays around this member. So I guess that it wasn't like clear cut that I wanted to. Actually, it might have. Now that I'm thinking about it, it might have actually been correct to go for the Uro there, because it plays around this member the best, while still being able to hold up a Summoner's Pact in hand. So maybe actually going for Uro there was the correct line. Because if I go for the Dryad and my opponent dismembers it, then I actually can get blown out if my opponent goes land plus Ugin, or if they play the third Oblivion Stone. Mikey XA, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold for the 4th month in a row. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, this hand is absolute gasoline. Gasolina! Hawash MTG, thank you for the follow. Yeah, the zombies were still doing it, but that's why it would have been probably the correct line to just go for back for another Primetime, so I could get the second field and just like go from there. And yes, we could have definitely hasted the Titan there. Well, nothing we do matters. Sigh. Redundant Scout doesn't do anything for us, so I guess that it's correct for us to play Scout here, because we know that our dude's not gonna die. The good thing is that we didn't bottom any Titans, so we're a little bit closer to a Titan. So if we draw a Titan, these and next turn. Maybe this is a turn 3 kill. It's not gonna matter because my opponent has the turn 1 though. So cool. Would you normally play Amulet here? Yes, I think I would actually go ahead and play the Amulet. It plays much better around both discard and removal. So I do think that going plain Amulet there is actually strictly correct. Why does this deck still exist? I have no idea. At this point, I think I'm starting to take it personally. I'm starting to think that Wizards is just enjoying that it makes me so miserable. So they are just allowing it to exist just to troll me. Like that's the only thing that I can believe in, right, at this point. Because this is just ridiculous. Neobrand is allowed to exist, we should be able to have Summer Bloom. Yeah, I mean, that might be taking it a little bit too far, but still. I see your point. It's just... I don't think we can win this game anyway. I guess that if my opponent whiffs again, and I find the Titan off the top this turn, we might be okay. And by might be okay, we win. But yeah, it doesn't matter because my opponent has an 8/8 lifelinker. Yakmos will on stick. No, it's not Yakmos will. It's what's the one that they unbanned last year in Vintage? Yakmot's Agenda? Is that what it is? I forgot what it was. But yeah, we like it. Whatever we do, it just doesn't matter. I've yet to see many from opponents whiff on a packed Allosaurus. Yep, bargain. There we go. Thank you. Yakmot's bargain. Hey, Nasho, how you doing? Welcome. You get to come in here to see me die to a turn 1 Griselbrand. Turns out it's not very good. Yeah, I mean, when it's stapled to a 7/7 lifelinker flyer, in this case 8/8, it becomes a little bit better. I mean, I was doing fine until this round. And now I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't even know how I'm doing. Why are they exiling Chancellors instead of just exiling the Worm so I can move on with my life? They could have packed it for the Worm. They exiled one to the turn 1. Oh no, they exiled this to the what's his name. Okay, that's good. Simian Spirit Guide. Okay. Another Simian Spirit Guide. Okay. Am I gonna get Lightning Stormed? That would be hilarious. The extra win condition. Live Man. Okay. Can you imagine if the 7 life draw did not use the stack and we get to draw here? That would be hilarious. Well, that's 14. That kills us. There we go. Our opponent saw the line. Alright, negate. That's kind of it. What else? What else do we got? Okay. Um, I guess Gust counters the Rider. Okay, okay, into it, into it. Tell me more. That's it, though, right? Yeah, that's it. Beast within for Live Maniac, no. By the time they draw their entire deck, you're gonna have Pact of Negation, so you can't resolve your spells. Other Gust is maybe too slow, but yeah, but so is Negate, and I'm still bringing it in. Like, this is just what I have, right? It's no interaction, can't keep it. I guess this one technically has interaction. Probably. Huh, it might actually be good enough. If I find another bounce land, then it might actually be good enough to turn 2 Pact. What do we do? I guess I bottomed it once upon a time, right? Yeah. Feels super bad to bottom it once upon a time right there, but Scout is actually the way that I get to Pact on 2. I need to find a bounce line off the top on turn 1, though. Double Chancellor. Am I getting turn 1 again? What do you think of Urza and Amulet? I don't think it's very good. Nothing I do matters. Fuck this, man. Like, fuck this. This is so frustrating. Like, what is this? Like, what are we doing here? I am trying to create content, and I am just dying before I get to play play cards. Like, what? I don't know. It's just really frustrating for me. It's just so frustrating to, like, I have a game plan, and I can use my game plan potentially on turn 2, and it's just too slow because my opponent killed me on turn 1. Like, it just didn't matter. Like, any decision that I made, it just didn't matter because my opponent just had it, and I just lost the game. Yeah, so we just played 2 non-games basically, where my opponent just like put a turn 1 8/8 into play, and I just died before I was even able to do anything that mattered. Like, I really don't understand. I really do not understand why this is okay. Like, how is this fine? I don't care if it happens, like, even if it happens less than 1% of the time. I just, well, I mean, if it happened less than 1%, it would be fine, I guess. But the problem is that it doesn't happen at less than 1% of the time. And you know what? I had a good stream. I was having a good time. I felt like I was playing well and everything, and then just better player wins in Magic. Get over it. That's fair. Okay, yeah. I was just outplayed, basically. They have exactly enough shoals. Feels bad, man. They went to exactly 0. Which, if they went to exactly 0, it means that they messed up. Like, they even played poorly in their combo turn, and it just didn't matter. Anyway. Rant over. Rant over. How much does it hurt me from if the turn 1 creature is removed? It makes it likely for them to fizzle, which otherwise is much less likely. So yeah. So basically, we played 4 matches in which we played games, and I won all 3 of those matches. And then I died on turn 1 both times. I mean, I effectively died on turn 1 on game 1. What about Gracer instead of Azusa and Uro? Yeah, that's fine. If you like that. Personally, I think Azusa is too powerful. You see? When you play Magic, but you actually don't play Magic. Exactly. That's literally what just happened. Humans. Okay. This is nice. This is nice. I have not played against humans in a long time. This is cool. And we have the turn 2. I guess it's not turn 2. Yeah, I guess it is the turn 2. Yeah. Sweet. My opponent will definitely need a Kite-tail freebooter over there. If they do have freebooter, then we're actually kind of screwed. Yeah, they do have the freebooter. All right. The problem with Asus and Drag is that you don't have enough turn 1. That's why I don't have Gracer, but I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, it's pretty easy. You just do that, right? I guess actually my opponent has a choice here. I guess if they have Meddling Mage, it's better for them to take the Amulet. I guess this is still lethal. No, it's not. Oh yeah, it is, because Dryad nets me 1 mana. Sweet. I need to make sure that I'm going to be able to trigger the Dryad, though. Do I have enough to trigger? So, again, as I was saying, this nets me mana, so this is just correct for me to do. 1, 2, 3. We have 2 land drops remaining. Transmute for Summoner Spect. So 2 land drops remaining. Yeah, so I guess I cannot trigger Valakut, can I? Feels bad, man. This nuke. No, it doesn't nuke my opponent. Yeah, okay, so I actually don't have lethal here. I'm still gonna Titan on turn 2, but I cannot set up a lethal swing. Wait a second. So if I packed, I get Tularia West. Do I have enough mana? No, I'm actually 1 mana short. Yeah, I'm exactly 1 mana short of going off here. Alright, bad beats. I'm out of land place. Bad beats. Yeah, I still don't think my opponent can come back from this. I guess if they have Deputy of Detention, they can Deputy the Dryad, but they still die to the Primetime beats. But I was not going to be able to trigger Valakut here. Because I could have gone for like another Simigrowth Chamber plus Tularia West, but I would have only have access to 8 mana, meaning that I cannot transmute and cast Titan. So, yeah. Basically, if I hadn't had to transmute for this first Titan, I would have been able to kill here, but because I had to, then I wasn't able to kill. And you see that the turn to kill is now a lot harder. It's just more complicated to achieve. which is fine. Is the cost that we're playing for the serious uptick in power level, right? We're gonna take out Ghost Squatter, some number of pacts, prime time. Pact is bad against Thalia. Prime time's bad against Meddling Mage, but I don't think I can side them out. Beast Within is super rough. Like spending 3 mana for this effect and giving your opponent 3/3 is very, very important in the matchup, so it really sucks, but it's kind of a necessary evil. Like, we have to kill Meddling Mage. We would have won if we were playing Stronghold. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm explaining. Like, it would have been easy, right? Like, we've done the turn to kill a million times with the Stronghold. Sorry, with the Stronghold, Boros, and Home lists. But here, it's actually a little bit more complicated. I still think my opponent was not coming back from that. Like, we are just too far ahead at that point. But yeah, like there's definitely a difference between like dead and being very far ahead, very far ahead. You're the second Asusa, I get you there. Blue green, you had untapped board. You can't. Asusas don't stack. I guess 3. Because when the second Asusa comes into play, it looks at the amount of lands that you played already with the first Asusa, and with the first Asusa dying, then you only have 2 extra land drops which you have already used. So you cannot extra Asusa. How do I feel about the hero matchup in general? I think it's better with the Dryad builds, but I don't think it's really, really good. I think it's just fine. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. We have an answer to Meddling Mage. We have also answer to the other thing. I think I'm gonna scout on 1 over Amulet. Okay, so now we have a turn 3 Titan, even if our opponent freeboots the Amulet, which is nice. I think I'm going to be preemptively playing these explosives for 2, though. I think I'm going to be doing that right now. This field is pretty close to being active, too, which is pretty great. Yeah, so there's the freebooter. We're probably going to get the explosives, I would assume. Yeah, makes sense. Hmm. Well, that's pretty hot. So unfortunately, I have to transmute right now because next turn I'm not gonna have enough mana to do both things. But I can use this turn to transmute, and then we can prime time next turn. It's pretty sweet. And yeah, I'm gonna be able to Titan next turn anyway, thanks to the castle. So I think I'm gonna bounce the. I should have bounced the forest, by the way. That was actually a mistake. I guess that this is worse against specifically. No, it's not worse against Thalia. It's just the same. I think that if we get melee mage here, I think I'm going to to pact for a Uro this coming turn, which is funny. Could I play Mirror Guy just like Asusas? Yes, exactly. That actually works, Doctor. Another booter hurts. We can play around booter. I think that if my opponent plays another booter, I just packed for prime time, and I'm going to prime time 2 turns from now. But we can pay for pact because of scout. It's better to get breeding pool if you draw second amulet. That's fair. Yeah, sure. I mean, it doesn't matter. I already have 1 ETB tap land. I guess yeah, sure. It's +1 mana if I draw an ETB tap land. Damping Sphere. Yeah, that literally does not matter. I mean, I guess it does matter. It delays my Titan by 1 turn. Powers. Well, we need to draw a land here. I can pack for Uro. Should I? Nah, I think that the upside is just too high. If I draw literally any land in my deck, I get to cast Primetime next turn and just end the game on the spot, so... If I pack for Uro, I time walk myself for 1 turn. Seems not worth it. I think Spirit is not good anymore versus Titan decks. It's definitely less good than it used to be, and it's one of the main reasons why I'm so high on Castle instead of being like super heavy on bounce lands. It's because Castle is significantly better against this than bounce lands. Yeah, I'm trying to basically naturally draw any land. Any land in my deck does it. Because we have Amulet, so even if ETB tapped, if ETB's tapped, it's whatever. Meddling Mage would be a beating though. Reflector Mage is fine. Yeah, this is cool. All right. Gonna play Castle, pass the turn. I mean, it's a little bit annoying but we're only getting attacked for 1 and then 3 damage next turn, so it's not that good anyway. Battlements. We could back for Dryad here, we could back for Uro. I don't think neither of those lines are good. Sakoth with the tier 1 sub for the 12th month, a full year. Sakoth. Whoops. Subs, there we go. Thank you so much for all the support throughout this entire year. Pretty mind-blowing. Thank you so much. Alright. So here I just bite, right? I just F6, and if my opponent has a Meddling Mage to go with this Guided Field Freebooter, we get absurdly blown out. But I don't think I can afford to pact in response. Yeah, I didn't play the Scout because of the weird text in Reflector Mage. Yeah, otherwise I would have 100% played out. But this is slightly more annoying than Manowar. Oh, they can't! Meddling Mage. Oh, yes, they can. Ugh. I got too excited. I jinxed myself. Jinx myself feels bad, man. Oh no. Oh yeah. Alright, yeah, this game's over now. Game's hella over now. Game's hella over now. Second field, and we can get a Misty here, which is nice. Allows me to end step. Yeah, okay, I like it. Just gonna get a Misty. Gives me instant speed zombies, while at the same time allowing me to end step once upon a time. But it just packs it in. Sweet. easy 4-1, easy 4-1, and yeah, I mean we just saw why Vesuva copy battlements like the. Oh, right there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I could have done this and also attack. Yeah, honestly, I just brain farted. I just brain farted honestly, but yeah, it was the line was to attack Vesuva, copy here with a Valakut, and then on the attack get the 2 cards that I got. Honestly, I just brain farted. My bad. You're right, chat. You're right. I mean, I'm still pretty sure my opponent can't beat that anyway, but still, it was correct to haste Titan there. Sweet. So we played a league with 2 Uros in our deck, and they were absurdly irrelevant. They were very, very irrelevant. However, I'm gonna need to cut it short. Tomorrow, I'm going to probably be playing the same list or something very similar, so we can continue doing some science. Oh no, that's actually a lie. That's a lie. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be playing this Donation League. This is actually a really exciting deck that we have here. We're gonna be playing this tomorrow. Then we can do some Uro shenanigans as well. But I for sure like to try this deck out. Yeah, this deck looks like something else, man. Oh boy. Um, yeah, Frollo for sure, because I have no idea how this deck kind of works. Like I have an idea. I will need to get familiar with all the basic interactions, basically. But this is a Metal Colossus deck. It goes infinite with Scrap Troller because you can sack artifacts to get it back to your hand, and when you sack artifacts, you get new artifacts. So I need to get familiar with like all the loops more than anything. And the idea is you just grinding station your opponent for lethal. By the way, these are the only cards that I'm missing because I figured like I was missing like all of these cards, but I was able to buy all of these cards for 30 cents, so I'm like, sure, whatever. I just bought them. But grinding stations are actually $5 each, so you're gonna need to hook me up with a couple of grinding stations for a low. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to do some studying with this. I'm for sure going to hit the solitaire queues later today and tomorrow morning, so I can get familiar with like the loops and probably like the execution is gonna be the main thing. But this deck is actually super exciting. Lots of really sweet things to do, and this card is actually insane. I loved when this card was legal in standard. It was literally the last card I got printed that actually kind of gave me kind of like the itch to play standard. Fortunately for my wallet, I was able to control the itch, and I did not play standard anyway. But when people were playing, I remember I don't remember if it was Strasky or I think even LSB was playing these in the Pro Tour, and every time any of them was on camera, I was like, "Oh, that deck is so amazing!" I was loving every second. But yeah, so this is what we're gonna do tomorrow, and then we're gonna go back with some more Amulet with Uro. Because this guy is just fun to play. I don't think it's going to be very good for us, but it's just a fun card to play. And I'm okay with this. But yeah, thanks everybody for checking out the stream if you're watching on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And when you subscribe, which is free by the way, you get access to notifications whenever I upload a new video. There's always infinite content that I'm putting up on YouTube. So make sure to check out the channel, and hope you have a great day. Bye bye.